President Biden reflects on the election, and President-elect Donald Trump names a chief of staff. I'm Natalie Brand at the White House with the latest on the transition.
Plus, the American Ambulance Association bestows sky-high honors on a Chanute, Kansas flight paramedic, and a Joplin business teams up with some volunteers to give Wildcat Glades a makeover.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
President-elect Donald Trump's transition team has named the first ever female White House chief of staff. And in the coming days, Trump and President Biden are expected to meet at the White House to discuss the transfer of power set for January 20th. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more on the transition as it gets underway.
In his first remarks since President-elect Donald Trump's election victory, President Biden promised an orderly White House transition and had this message for all Americans after a polarizing election cycle.
Something I hope we can do, no matter who you voted for, is see each other not as adversaries, but as fellow Americans. Bring down the temperature.
President Biden also emphasized a peaceful transfer of power and said he accepts the election results.
I also hope we can lay to rest the question about the integrity of the American electoral system. It is honest, it is fair, and it is transparent. And it can be trusted, win or lose.
The president's comments referencing baseless claims of election fraud 4 years ago. And while former President Trump had faced charges related to January 6th and efforts to overturn the 2020 election, CBS News has learned the DOJ is in discussions about how to wind down those cases to comply with long-standing policy against prosecuting a sitting president. As the Trump team prepares for the transition to the White House, they're starting to select key players for a second Trump term. The transition team Thursday night announced that Trump's 2024 campaign manager, Susie Wiles, will be named White House Chief of Staff. Wiles would be the first woman ever to hold that position. Priorities for the president-elect include an extension of tax cuts put in place during his first term, deregulation across federal agencies, and trade tariffs he campaigned on.
We're going to charge tariffs to all these foreign countries that are coming in and ripping us off.
CBS News has also learned Trump's team is preparing executive orders, with longtime aide Stephen Miller leading talks on how to carry out Trump's proposal to deport millions of undocumented immigrants. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell today said he would not resign if President-elect Donald Trump asked him to. Powell said he believes the president would not have the legal authority to fire him. Trump reportedly sought to fire Powell during his first administration. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with a first look at the weather.
Well, definitely turned out to be a nice Thursday for us today. Quite a bit of sunshine across the region. Our temperatures right where they should be for the first week of November. 63 was our high, average high 62. We started at 44, the record 84 set back last year. So you can see a big difference in 365 days. All right, 54 right now in Joplin, 53 in Pittsburgh. We're going to cool back down, mid-40s. Not as cold tonight because we have clouds increasing across the region. Here's our next storm system, which is going to start to roll in as we go into your Friday. Look at these rain chances. So they're low all day, and then they start to spike up once we get into Friday evening, through the overnight hours, into Saturday morning, and then they will start to trail off as we go into Saturday afternoon. We're going to be talking more about this here in just a bit.
Doug, thanks. A flight paramedic from Chanute, Kansas will be recognized at a ceremony in Washington, D.C. for going above and beyond in his efforts to save lives. Josh Cavanis was on his day off when he noticed a broken down ambulance with a critical patient in it. That's when he stopped, jumped in to help with a blood transfusion, and dispatched a helicopter to transport the patient to Tulsa. For his display of dedication to helping others, he'll be recognized at the annual Stars of Life Awards ceremony. The Eagle Med director remembers how selfless Cavanis was in that moment.
A lot of our personnel don't get recognized. This one got recognized because he made a huge difference in somebody's life.
The Stars of Life ceremony will recognize people in various fields of EMS. Cavanis hopes the ceremony brings awareness to the field and inspires young people to consider EMS as a career path. Sam's Club in Joplin got into the spirit of giving today. The wholesale retailer presented this great big check for $70,000 to Freeman Health System officials on behalf of the Children's Miracle Network. The donation underscores the community partnership between Sam's Club and the CMN.
When we got involved with this is my 9th year here. When we got involved with this, it's more about what can you do in the community. You don't have to let it get personal before you make it personal. So we decide what the kids need, and we go after that. May it be a piece of equipment or anything like that that they need a large funds for. That's what we set our goal for.
Freeman Health System is the local representative hospital for the CMN and is in fact the only Children's Miracle Network hospital in a 70-mile radius. The Wildcat Village of Wildcat Glades in Joplin got a makeover today with the help of some volunteers. The Joplin Lowe's store came out to this site as part of the Lowe's Hometown Heroes project. It's a yearly tradition where the store partners with a nonprofit to work on a project together. This year, the Lowe's team joined with Wildcat Glades Nature Group volunteers to help build picnic tables, raise flower beds, and redo their screened-in porch area. The project coordinator says they couldn't think of a more deserving organization.
Last year they did programs for children. About 8,000 children went through the project where they learn more about nature and animals. For everyone that takes advantage of Mother Nature's crack, this group is the group that helps maintain it. So it's pretty near and dear to the store. We were all pretty excited to come out here and help them get some projects done.
The Lowe's team also donated an estimated $3,000 in materials to be used for an addition added to a storage shed. MSSU plays host to more than 600 high school students today for a business competition. That story's coming up. But up first, a newlywed reunites with a special piece of her wedding after a tornado sweeps through Arkansas. This is remarkable. A wedding dress has been reunited with its owner after it was blown away by a tornado that swept through parts of Arkansas on Monday. The dress landed in the yard of Jennifer Tisdale, who, with the help of a friend, took to social media to find its owner. Abner Sosa has the heartwarming details.
The National Weather Service says an EF2 tornado hit parts of Little Flock on Monday. Neighbors say the storm produced a lot of debris, objects and personal belongings from other people's homes.
We found some Halloween decorations, some Thanksgiving decorations, lots of Legos, which broke my heart.
Little kids' trucks.
Little kids' toys, a spare garage door.
But most recently, Jennifer Tisdale and Angela Moffitt say they found a wedding dress on Tisdale's property.
So we really thought it was a sheet or bath curtain or something in the yard and came to investigate and noticed that it was very lacy and very pretty and it's like, oh my goodness, this is someone's wedding dress. And for having traveled as far as it did, it was in pretty good shape, just a little dirty and wet.
Yeah. With the help of Moffitt's daughter, the ladies went to social media to try and return the dress to its owner.
Within a few seconds, I think we had someone said, oh, we know exactly whose that is.
Family friend came and found it for them, and it was the gentleman's mother's, I believe, right?
Yes. That's what they said.
That lives a couple houses down.
Yeah.
Tisdale and Moffitt say they were happy to achieve a small victory through the destruction.
In a time when it's really everyone is stressed out and exhausted and trying to work through the aftermath of everything, it's nice to be able to help somebody smile and get important pieces back.
Wow, the National Weather Service says the EF2 twister hit wind speeds between 100 and 115 miles an hour. Hundreds of area high school students visited Missouri Southern's Plaster School of Business today for the third annual Business Gateway competition. The goal of the free business competition was to bring developmental and recruitment opportunities to area students through the spirit of competition. The event also provided workshops on such topics as video podcasting sessions and virtual production and filmmaking and advertising, as well as food experiments.
So they are taking tests in all sorts of business disciplines such as marketing, accounting, business law, international business, finance, and pretty much any discipline of business, they can take a test on it.
More than 630 students from 32 area schools participated in that event. Doug returns next with a full look at your forecast, and a little bit later we have some advice from the experts on how to protect your home from 4- and 6-legged invaders as the weather starts to change.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Thursday for us today. Quite a bit of sunshine. Temperatures pretty good. Highs into lower 60s during the afternoon. Looks great out there right now. Nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam, of course, downtown Joplin. On Thursdays, our drought tracker, it always updates. Now, if you remember, Sunday, Monday, we had a lot of rain. Last Wednesday, we had a lot of rain. So I wanted to see, would our drought situation improve? And it did. It's still bad, but it improved. We were in an extreme drought. We've dropped one category back. So a severe drought, and then moderate once you get into southeastern Kansas. So we do still need rain, and we have more rain in the forecast as we go into your Friday. The winds are going to be a little breezy tomorrow as well. Easterly winds, gusts 20, upwards to about 25 miles per hour. Right now, not a whole bunch is going on, but those clouds are going to be increasing through the overnight hours ahead of this storm system. Look at the rain west of Wichita. Look at the snow, parts of Colorado, down through New Mexico, where those areas have picked up quite a bit. This is a cutoff low. It's cut off from the main flow of the jet, so there's nothing really to kick it out to the east, so that's why it's moving so slowly toward us, but it will slowly work in over the next 24 hours. Then you got Hurricane Raphael. Look at the little eye wall. This is a Category 2 hurricane, clocking winds at 105 miles per hour. It looks like it's going to stay Category 2-ish, may briefly go to a 3, meanders its way into the Gulf of Mexico by the weekend. Then a lot of questions. Does it just die? Does it lift up toward Louisiana, down toward Mexico? So we're going to be keeping our eyes on that as we go through the next several days. All right, let's look at the rain. Clouds thicken tonight. Cloudy skies by morning. Mostly cloudy all day long. By noon, some showers sneaking in to our far western counties. Rain increases through the afternoon, mainly Kansas and Oklahoma, and then shifting into Missouri and Arkansas once we get into the evening hours. Then from this point on, so here's 8:30, periods of showers and thunderstorms through the night. Nothing strong, nothing severe. By Saturday morning, clouds, showers, but they eject out. So by the noon hour, we break back out, partly sunny skies, nice afternoon, high temps into the mid 60s. How much rain could you get? I think on average, most of us will pick up a ½ an inch, upwards to an inch. There could be some isolated heavier amounts. Our eastern counties will get the lowest amounts from this next batch. 47 in the morning, 60 by noon, high temp, 64 degrees. Let's go into 4-state Friday night. High school football. We are going to be dodging showers and thunderstorms, so if you are heading out, we got a lot of playoff games. 2 in these games, kind of chilly, upper 50s, but we're going to be dodging those showers and thunderstorms, so you definitely want the rain gear with you for Friday evening. All right, 64 on Friday, 66 on Saturday. Sunday looks good, Monday looks good, even Tuesday looking pretty good, and then thunderstorm chances back in for the middle of next week.
Doug, thanks. As winter approaches, we're all looking for a warm, cozy place to relax, but it's not just people who are seeking shelter. Unwanted bugs and rodents are on the move too, looking maybe to move into your home. We spoke to some experts in Galena, Kansas to find out how to keep these unwanted guests at bay this season.
We do recommend people actually hiring a home inspector every few years. One, you're going to be able to check for tons of things that you may potentially have wrong with your home. Secondly, they're going to be able to actually get in some of those nooks and crannies and find some things that maybe you're not able to find.
Wildlife experts say you should also not have leaves too close to your home. That will help to stop animals like mice from congregating in that area. KOAM is proud to team up with Day and Zimmerman again for the Great American Flag Swap. Look for us tomorrow from noon until 1:30 near the Walmart parking lot in Parsons, Kansas, to swap out your old tattered American flag for a free brand new one. We're going to have only 100 flags, so make sure you show up early. These go very fast. They always do. Another reason to show up early, this is the last flag swap for the year. Season of Giving is going to get underway soon here at KOAM, and we're getting ready to kick off our annual Toy Box Toy Drive. For 36 years, KOAM and our community partners have collected new donated toys for deserving children in our area. Sign-ups are open now. If you know a family who could benefit from this toy drive. You should check it out. Just scan this QR code for more information. Also, you'll find drop-off locations or how to donate and help brighten the holidays for some area children. If you have some young actors in your home, hey, check this out. The Fort Scott High School Thespians announced auditions for Ho, 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 the Santa Claus Chronicles by Pat Cook. Auditions are open for 1st to 8th grade children and take place from 6 to 8 p.m. on November 18th or 19th in the FSHS Auditorium. Productions are scheduled for December 13th and 14th. Interested families can just head over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. You'll find more information. Still ahead, Jasper High School volleyball makes history. And the final week of the regular season football season kicks off tonight in Oklahoma. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
Jasper High School volleyball has put together a special run, not just this year, but over the past 3 seasons. The Lady Eagles are 3-time defending district champions. And for the first time in school history, Jasper High School volleyball is headed to the state tournament Final Four. The Lady Eagles have an eye-popping 34-1 record on the season. They get cheered on by hundreds of supporters as they leave town for Cape Girardeau this morning. Now, today's the culmination of hard work from more than just this season. In fact, more than just the last 4 years.
They're a very, very special group. They've been together since 3rd grade. They've worked very hard even up till then. When I was coaching them in 3rd and 4th grade, we knew they were going to be something really special. As they went through junior high and into high school, they just kind of came together and gelled. They just work really, really well. They're not just good on the floor, they're good off the floor as well.
I actually started in 7th grade, so I know I was on B team in 7th grade, and just even going to 8th grade, and I played with them since 8th grade, and just playing as a team and being able to have those connections. I know most teams graduate and then they never play again as that same team, but we have had the same team for 4 years almost, and we've done really good working together.
The final week of the regular season for Oklahoma high school football gets started tonight. Several of our local teams finish up their playoff push. The Jay Bulldogs are playing possibly their final home game of the season. Jay welcomes in the visiting Veneta Hornets. First quarter is where we pick it up. 4th down play. Brady Rutherford completes this pass to Riley Bacon. That moves the chains for a Bulldog first down. Later in that drive, Michael Rogers gets the handoff and he scores the touchdown. Jay makes it a 6-0 ball game. Next Bulldog possession, Jay adds to its lead. Here's Michael Rogers finding the end zone again. Jay would be up 12-0 going into halftime. Now to the second half, Veneta finds the momentum. Bo Bennett stays on his feet long enough to score a touchdown here. Hornets all of a sudden make it a 12-7 game. Next drive for Jay, Brian Taylor weaves his way through defenders. He has a nice gain, but at the end of the run, fumbles the football. Trey Filippi recovers it. Hornets get the football back. Veneta looking to capitalize off the turnover. 4th and 11. Trey Tanner with all sorts of time. He connects with Ethan Stevens, and he takes it into the end zone. Veneta with its first lead of the night, but Jay comes back to win it in the 4th quarter. Final score 18-14. Elsewhere in Oklahoma at the 8-man level, Welch dominates its regular season finale. The Wildcats take down Watts 42-6 on the road, and they're headed to the playoffs next week with a 9-1 record. Their only loss of the year came a couple weeks ago. That was on the road at Medford, who's in first place in District C3. Switching gears to Missouri High School soccer, Carl Junction plays in a district championship this evening. Bulldogs hope to keep their season alive. They fight hard, but their season comes to an end on the road, 1 win short of a trip to the Class 3 state quarterfinals. They fall to Springfield Catholic 2-1. Bulldogs shouldn't hang their heads though. They put together an excellent season and finished the year with a 20-5 overall record. Back to Jasper volleyball. They play that first game in the Final Four tomorrow afternoon. So if they win, they'll play Saturday for a state title. Even if they do lose, they play the 3rd place game Saturday.
They have a memorable season that they're going to carry with them forever.
For sure.
We'll be right back.
Well, clouds are going to continue to thicken up as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. Rain increases throughout the daytime hours tomorrow, especially by the evening hours. Periods of showers and thunderstorms Friday night into Saturday morning. Then from that point on, we see a pretty good weekend. 65 on Sunday, 68 on Monday.
Doug, thanks. The Junior Dragon Youth Basketball League is underway under the direction of Pittsburgh High School basketball coach Jordan Woods. The instructional program for 3rd through 6th graders stresses the fundamentals of shooting, passing, dribbling, defense, and the overall team game of basketball. Coach Woods says a big part of the program is creating a culture for Pittsburgh basketball.
But we just want to have that connection with them and make sure they know, hey, at some point, this is how I'm supposed to be playing basketball. Whenever they're out on their own, they're like, oh yeah, coach told me to do this, so I need to make sure I'm doing this whenever I'm playing, and hopefully they hear our lingo. That way later on when they're playing for the Dragons, they kind of know what's going on and what is to be expected of them.
That instructional program runs 3 weeks. Teams will play their first games this Saturday. Fun for those young participants, I'm sure, and also building for the future for Pittsburgh basketball. Final sports note.
Well, tomorrow night we have the second round of the playoffs for high school football in both Kansas and Missouri. It's also our final episode of Fox Press Box in the 2024 season, so we're looking forward to that.
Big night for the sports team and for fans, for sure. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.